And speaking of Conservative, I think one of the most important issues that any Conservative party in the world should be worried about right now, and particularly in our country, is housing affordability. Because, of course, if you want people to believe in what they have, you want them to have something to conserve, they actually have to own something. And generally that has been based on a good job, a home that you own to come home to, and a family living in that home. And we know statistically now that the number of people having families is dropping. The fertility rate in Australia at the moment is 1.6. The replacement rate we need to keep the population stable is 2.1, that is kids per person, right? So what we have is a situation with fewer people having fewer kids because fundamentally they don't own anything. And new research from Redbridge, which of course is run by Kos Samaras, who used to be a strategist for the Labor Party, has shown exactly this. It found that more than half of 18 to 34-year-olds have delayed starting a family, primarily because of the cost of living. And Kos Samaras said to this, that the people who participated in this study were asked whether or not a baby bonus would be an encouragement for them to have a child. And they basically said, no, a baby bonus would do very little. And to this, Kos Samaras said, it's not just about the $3,000 or $4,000 you might get from government. It's the inability to access affordable rental properties. It's the inability to access a home that is suitable for raising your family. It's the unstable work out there. People don't feel like, because of the economic conditions, they are in a place in their lives where they can go and have children. They want a home that they can own. They want a stable job. And of course, they want that home to not cost them half of their life savings. Any Conservative government worth its salt should be working overtime on this, because without people being able to own a home and have a family and a patch of dirt for them to look after, that's their connection to the community. Yes. That's their connection to the world. And without that, you set up this situation where people go, well, the economic conditions I live in don't suit me, so why would I do anything to conserve and better the world that I live in? John Howard once said, and I'm paraphrasing him here, that economic policy should help people and not the other way around. The people are not the means to the economic policy. The economic policy is the means to the people. That is not the situation we're in now, and we're starting to see the consequences of it.
But the government has known this for ages. Last time our fertility rate was this low, 1.7, it was in 2000, and that was the lowest it had ever been in recorded history in Australia. The year after, 2001, they came out with the baby bonus because then we had a government who was like, well, we're going to do something. Okay, people, have kids. Come on, get us out of here. Let's have babies. Right. We can do this.
You won't have them for love, have them for money.
And it worked. Yep. But we've seen this decline for decades now, and successive governments do very little. There's no tax breaks. There's no kind of like, here is how we are making it affordable for you to have kids, or at least more than 1.7 kids. So right now, the baby bonus won't cut it. We can't bring that back. It worked for its day.
$4,000 will pay your power bill.
But this government's idea of, oh, let's support families is universal daycare. Oh, thank you so much that you're going to take my 3-year-old for free. I want to stay home and raise my own kids, thanks very much. And this government's idea of we're supporting families is give us your children. We all know the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Give us your children, and women, half of the workforce, get back to your desks and bring us the tax dollar. That's all this government cares about. So what you just said,
that's the plot of The Handmaid's Tale. That is the plot of The Handmaid's Tale.
Literally,
it's not real life.
The exact opposite is what we constantly see from this government, where people are the means to the end, as opposed to what are you doing to ensure that people feel empowered to, I can afford. But we have millennials, even older people, being like, hang on a minute, I've got student debt, I can't afford a roof over my head, I cannot afford kids. And many of the polls that are run showing why people are saying I can't have kids isn't, radical feminist and all that cancerous ideology is playing its part, but by and large, it's because they feel like they can't afford them. It's not because they don't want children. Yeah. They just feel like they can't afford it. And this is a malady felt across the West. Check out this map of fertility done by Statistically. This is something that we are seeing across the Western world. People are already feeling the pinch. They're like, well, why can we can't afford to have kids. We'd love to. And what we're seeing take place is, of course, the natural outworking of this. If certain countries are having that many more kids than us, what do you think's going to happen?